Hello and welcome to the Philippines. It is election day in the Philippines. And I'll do another video about some of more of the details involved. Anyway, you're going to see just a long, very long line of people right up here getting ready to vote for the president, vice president, and many other Congress people, councilors, and such. This is down near Robinson's Galleria Mall, and a long line coming from two different directions going in. And I've talked to three different people, friends who voted today, and 5.5 hours has been the waiting time for all of them at different locations here in Cebu City, over in Mandaue City, as well as over on Mactan Island, Lapu-Lapu City. Look at that line, and people are out and they are voting. Presidents in the Philippines are allowed 1 6-year term, so it's a little bit different than many other countries, of course. Now, voting procedures in different parts of the Philippines could be different, but what I was told, look at that line, it goes way, way, way down there. Anyway, I was told that a friend of mine went to a school, in fact, but before I get into that, here's another area. I was taking a hobble motorbike taxi back, and just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of motorbikes parked, and where they're voting, cars parked up and down the street for quite a distance, and then people walking up to vote. Anyway, what I was told is there was only 5 people where they vote, the school or wherever, 5 people allowed in each particular room. You fill out your ballots, and one person told me they only voted for the president, vice president, not all the other people for whatever reason, didn't know who to vote for, whatever. But then you take your ballot and you give it to somebody who scans it, feeds it into an election machine or something that scans your vote, and you get a receipt showing who you voted for. And it's important to check and make sure that you verify that it shows up properly. Because the person I talked to said, yeah, there'd been a case or more where the receipt was not the same as what they voted for. So there's a little bit of violence. I think the last big election season, there was, I think, 30 some election-related deaths, and they considered that a relatively moderate number, small number. And every couple of days here, I've read in the paper, I'm sure I haven't read about all of them, even just this morning, election day, somebody involved in them or their family or somebody was driving the truck with a big advertising speaker blaring out, and somebody drove up another vehicle and shot the person. I didn't think they died, but many people have died during the election season. Part of the deal. Vote buying is another situation here. I've had a number of people tell me that, and I don't know their names, so don't come asking me for their names, but that if they were promised, one said 800, one said 1,800, depends on how important that, and pesos, I'm talking about pesos. And read an article where, look at all the vehicles parked here, and they are getting ready to vote as well. Article where they caught some guy, and he had I think 200 peso bills stapled to election material to vote for a certain particular person. So vote buying is attempted many places. I asked somebody, said, how do they know that you actually vote for them? And she laughed and said, they don't. So I don't know all the procedures. Be interesting to see what kind of comments we get. The reason I am taking, now this is a non-working holiday, so there are very few stores open. There's there's an alcohol ban for I think 3 days through the election. 2 days prior to the election and election day. I think that's how it works. And so a lot of the bars were closed because they can't serve alcohol. Someone told me they ate at a restaurant and they were able to have an alcoholic beverage. So the question was, maybe if they serve food more of a restaurant, they're allowed. I don't know. I don't know the details, and I don't know where they went as well. But anyway, I've got a friend in the hospital. Took him to the emergency room, I think a week ago, and he's still there, having a lot of tests taken. Might be another week. Anyway, I am things work a little differently here in the Philippines, and you got a private room there. Costs, I think, a little over 3,000 pesos a day, about 60 some dollars. A lot of tests going on, and as they do tests, they find different issues. So there's decisions that need to be made, and his partner is involved in the decision making. I'm talking to many different doctors that are involved, giving my input where I can. But anyway, I'm a watcher. I've stayed overnight there, I think 5 days in a row, and I've actually lost 2 kilograms, almost 5 pounds, over the course of a week. Which, I don't mind losing a little weight as long as it's not muscle, and maybe muscle because I haven't been able to work out at all. But anyway, it's an interesting experience, and in the future I will do another video about the experience in the hospital. I really appreciate the doctors taking the time to talk to me and explain things to me. So very little traffic out there, except around the lot of people around the election places, and and as well, those of you who don't know, I've been doing this videos since 2015. Got over 1,000 videos, a lot of videos about real estate, condominiums, cost of living, some trips I've taken to various different islands. Just generally, I try to tell it like it is, basically. Put information out there, give you an idea what the Philippines is like, what the condos look like inside, what they cost to rent, what they cost to purchase. As far as opening up the country further to foreigners, many foreigners are not going to travel here or Thailand or other countries until they lift all the restrictions. It's just there's too much risk traveling until the people, the tourists, really believe the government, because these last 2 years it's been lockdown, start opening up, lockdown, start opening up, lockdown. And you don't know what they're gonna, even some of the politicians have been saying, well, we might have a big surge after these elections. We might have to put more restrictions into place. So what do you do if you're planning to spend thousands of dollars on a trip? Do you make that trip, or do you put it off? Put it off until all the restrictions are lifted. Pretty easy decision, I guess. And this is where I started my trip. Ramos Boulevard. We're just turning right on to Mango Avenue, also called General Maximum Avenue. And big Horizon 101 tower down there, condominium. Wow, he's in a hurry. Mango Square over there to the left. Used to be an entertainment area. One Mango over there. I'm understanding that they're going to demolish that and build a condominium there, another condominium as well. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but there was 3 or 4 bars over in that area. And I was told by a security guy, no, they're not going to open them up because they're going to build a condominium. And so you don't have the bars on Mango Square, but you do have a couple up here. Down right there, you got Cubana. I think they got a band almost every night. Serve a little bit over on the right. You got a couple of bars. Over on the left, you had the Philly. Across the street, right over there, you got Howling Dog. Used to be down a side street off of Mango Square, and that area as well is going to become a new condominium, I guess. So he bought what used to be the old El Gecko. Billy that owns El Gecko has moved up on Escario Street. Billy's Bar up there. There is no shortage of topics to do videos about, that's for sure. And I will be doing more real estate related videos, cost of living type videos, travel videos as soon as we're able to travel a little bit more. I hope to use my motorbike to get out of town a little more often as they hopefully continue to open up. City Lofts condos right there. They're owned by Crown Regency. It's my understanding, and they are not occupied yet. So not sure what the issue is. Something having to do with permitting, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you next time.